Hello and welcome to Hero Life Chats. Today we have a wonderful lady, girl, woman by the name of Ness Janova. And Ness has been in our program now for the last, I would say 14 or 15 weeks and made some really profoundly incredible changes. Welcome to the show, Ness.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ness, let's start at the beginning, About 14 or 15 weeks ago, we got in touch and you were inspired to make a change. But let's talk about what challenges you were experiencing as a mum before you entered the program, the Hero program.
Yeah, so I did try. So I'm on my third child, and between each after every pregnancy, tried to get back on track and get fit again. And I'm lucky I don't need to juggle work and parenting, so I've got some time, and trying to do it on my own and just not getting where I wanted to be and not having so much accountability. So it's easy just not to do it and not to be motivated, but also just not having the right tools to set myself up for success. So yeah.
You said where you wanted to be. Could you identify where you did want to be and where you were at that point?
Yeah, I think that I was just feeling really tired, run down, no energy. So I just wanted to get all that back on track, eating properly and not just the quick meals, the takeaway, and just eating like kids' leftovers and kind of have a bit more structure around that. And just a bit more better habits, better routine. And I just couldn't do it on my own. It was just, I tried, but I can't get to the gym to get to a trainer. So I did a lot of other apps, but without the personal contact, it just would fall away. So I would like to say that I watched my husband and my dad both do the Hero program. Can I talk about that? Because that's kind of, yeah. And I watched them do it very successfully and just shine from it. And so that's when I contacted you and just said, I need this for my life, because I watched them, and they then stopped the program, but it continued on. It didn't, they just keep improving and keeping the habits, and it's like a holistic, it wasn't just weight loss and it wasn't just food or exercise. It was a whole mental shift and taking care of themselves. And so I wanted that.
And that's amazing that you had the people that are nearest and dearest to you that, that were there, that were foolproof of what is possible and what kind of transformation can be made. And you're absolutely right when you identified it's not just nutrition, it's not exercise. It all starts in the mind. And if there is a vulnerability in the mind that kind of lets loose, everything else falls off the wagon. So to be able to guide you through this entire process and, have conversations with you about certain points in the journey where you were tempted by this, tempted by that. It's completely typical of just being human that happens, and it's courageous to be able to identify those points as well, because so many people will go through their life not even acknowledging that. But to have somebody, in my experience, to be able to talk to about this can really help you address those things, and self-awareness is absolutely key.
Yeah, that's definitely been my experience, just having someone else to help like problem solve kind of, because it does feel overwhelming and it's just easy not to think about it. And but yeah, someone who does it day in, day out, so I don't really have to think much. I just have to lean on you guys, and then the experience of you share with me, and then I can just take it forward. So I definitely feel like becoming more aware is one step, but then having the support to then act on what I'm noticing is really beneficial.
Yeah, and something, if you allow me to talk about your experience from my perspective, Something that I've really noticed in the past few weeks is you taking initiative with your own health, and me being able to kind of be present and be available for you, but not nearly as hands-on as in the past. And that's a really empowering process for me and in my position to be able to acknowledge how far you've come in taking those steps to be able to take ownership of your health. And that is part of the hero evolution, for you to be able to step in to yourself, know what you respond to, and then obviously using this network as a sounding board, but having the confidence to be able to act almost immediately as well.
Yeah.
And I'd love to kind of go through perhaps a little bit of an example that may have worked out differently before you entered the hero program as opposed to now. Let's go through holidays, for example. We've just finished summer holidays, or you've been away with the family. I know you've been away for a period of time, but you have been away with the family, and you had some perceived challenges that you were going to come up against, and we were able to really navigate through that and be able to find solutions before we actually got away there. But I'd love to know how you may have responded in the past, in previous years, versus how you responded this year.
Yeah, so well, having the hero program for the first holiday that I had, I could see I just didn't prepare properly, but I could lean on you and Romy to really help me then set myself up for the next holiday. So like before, I would just go for the easy kid food or takeout food, or it's too hard to fit exercise in, and just kind of not be motivated because we're so busy and I'm on all the time with the kids. And so I kind of backtrack, like if I got downtime, I'd turn on TV rather than take time out to do some exercise. And I can see now, as you know, down the track, the holiday that I just had now, exercise, I wanted to spend time. And even, I'm on a 7-week holiday with the kids from school, and every morning I prioritize that I'm going to do the exercise, and they're around or they're watching TV, but I'm not using that time to do, watch TV or downtime. It's like, no, now I enjoy the exercise. I get it done 20 minutes, and either they're around me or not. And then also I can see the difference when before with the food, now I pre-order food to take with me, or I make it. We just went on a family camp. I purposely didn't buy any junk like chocolate and stuff that I would probably before hide from the kids and eat it myself. So I made sure even their snacks were healthier. And if there were snacks from other families, I'd just walk away from it. I didn't have reception, so I didn't do the exercises, but I put into the day like long walks or stretching, or I made time available for myself, even just to be on my own, and not just mindlessly watching TV, but like doing something for myself I wouldn't have done before. It would have been too hard to think like that, and I just sacrificed my own time. So I can see the evolution of how prioritizing myself in this way then makes me better to show up to my family outside of this time. So yeah, there's just so many examples that I could share, that me before and then now what my mindset goes to is much more healthy options.
It's remarkable how that's kind of taken place, and it hasn't happened overnight, nor does anyone expect it to happen overnight. It's happened in just the perfect sequence of events, and it hasn't happened by accident either. There was a process that took place where we sat back with you and we acknowledged certain goals that you wanted to be able to achieve, and then reverse engineered them back into milestones. And then the key thing here is then to identify those daily habits that you can instill into your life on a daily basis that doesn't necessarily appear too burdensome. And that can be like, when you step back and you say, I want to be able to achieve this in the next 6 months, that can be quite a headful for you to be able to, you know, kind of chew through and navigate. But once you peel the layers back to be able to really be tangible about simple daily tasks that you can do over and over again, what tends to happen is this magic tends to happen after a period of time. You do evolve your identity to a person that expects to move every day. Like you were talking about, you felt a little bit strange not training and not moving. And I could imagine that would have been a very, very different mind space at the beginning of the program.
Yeah, even simple things with water. I've got 2 drink bottles that never before would I have been carrying around with me. And now I just, like, you know, one's totally gone and the other one's nearly empty. That just was not something that was a habit. I call my husband the water police. He's always on me for drinking water, and now he doesn't need to, because it's become part of daily life that I drink 2 bottles every day, and even trying to make that even more. But yeah, I feel really proud of myself that that's becoming more and more effortless, and it's something that my body's just now wanting. So, and I have heard that before, the more you drink, then the more the body's like signals unconsciously to drink more. So it's good. I needed to like put that in formally, and now it's become more of a habit that I just have bottles of water around me.
And this is not something that came naturally to you at the beginning of the program.
Definitely not.
You were by no stretch of the imagination a water drinker. We went through a few different strategies and figured out ways to be able to build up your, you know, to be able to exercise that habit muscle of drinking the water, trying to set up your environment to be able to do it. And a lot of people can have, you know, water bottles with them, and they have had water bottles with them throughout the whole process. This was not you at the beginning. In fact, I think in my guidance at one point I said, if you can't drink like a human, drink like a camel. And that got, you know, drinking and downing a big bottle of water first thing in the morning just got things moving. And the benefits associated with drinking something as simple as drinking water are so apparent once you experience them. So if you are somebody that hasn't, you know, really taken on the benefits of drinking water, just try it out and just witness the benefits for what they are.
Yeah, drink like a camel. It's very good advice.
Well, it's true, right? Like it was all just habits. So if you are not able to remember to drink a glass of water here and then a glass of water there and continuing the sequence throughout the day, then it's a lot easier to remember to drink, say, 2 or 3 times during the day, as opposed to 10 or 12 times during the day. And then, as we said, you know, as you step into the identity of somebody who now drinks water, it's a lot easier. You're carrying your water bottles around with you. You're a changed person. But so many people feel that the identity needs to come before the action. It's actually the action breeds and reinforces that identity that you've been able to set for yourself.
Yeah, and I guess that's like the program's been so helpful that even just the 20 minutes or however many minutes I just do it in the morning, get it done, because my identity of what I would see, I'm like pretty lazy, but I needed this app or the guidance, and I just follow it. I'm pretty good at following rules, and now that's what I want to do. It's like now it's a choice and enjoyment rather than a chore or trying to break some habits. So it is interesting that all of a sudden I want to move, and I want to see what's the exercise today, what are we going to do today, and yeah, so it's definitely now part of my daily life rather than trying to insert it with effort.
So we've talked, and it's wonderful to know that you are now embracing every moment of the hero process and elevating your health and wellness to this stage. And we've talked a lot about what changes have happened with your habits and your identity. And let's talk a little bit about the incredible results that you've been able to achieve. Physically, on top of being, as well as the mental results.
Yeah, well, I feel like I'm like a walking advertisement because everyone's like, oh, you look so good. But I do tell them that I was pregnant for, a long time before, but it was always hard to get back to a normal state. Like after every pregnancy, it's been harder to just break a weight barrier. And so without much effort, without going to the gym for 45 minutes and doing really hard cardio or really doing anything other than moving and eating well and water, like these simple effortless now things in my life, I've been able to get down to a weight that's like, I've never been in a normal BMI. I don't know if that's even a thing, but yeah, when I saw that now I'm in the green of the BMI, I was really happy because that's been a long time until I've seen that normal range. So it was a really great milestone, especially in the world that we're living in today with sicknesses flying. I was like determined to be in a healthy range just to set myself up for success, whatever will come my way in terms of health. So that was a big milestone for me. And I guess I've also got now my clothes, I bought all these new clothes that now are all falling off me. So I had to go back to a box that I put away that I never thought I would ever wear again. And now they're fitting me. So yeah, so it's quite a nice thing to happen.
That's great. Something a lot of the hero participants come for me with red in their eyes is you didn't tell me about the hidden costs of buying a new wardrobe.
Well, I'm a hoarder, so I've kept all my clothes from pre-children, so they've all just come back now. So that's good.
Well, that's why you didn't hunt for me for the additional costs. That's great. Oh, that's so good. And from what you've discussed with me as well, your energy levels have been, elevated as well. And it's just so great to know because there's no doubt about it. You're a busy person that is maintaining a household and running a family. And there is no more important job than that. So to be at your best for as long as possible is going to be a real asset.
Yeah, I find it pretty amazing. I think if I didn't have this hero program, my son's been really not good and settled at night, 9-month-old for 3 months. So I haven't really been sleeping for that long. But every day I feel awake. Normally I go to bed super early, but now I can stay up and I can just feel the difference. Probably water intake is one, but also food and movement during the day is just helping me sustain energy. And then I'm better for him at nighttime too. I'm not like, swearing at a 9-month-old that's keeping me awake, and I get to be my best version and really support him rather than make it feel like a burden. So it's been an amazing opportunity to have that coexist with a difficult child who's struggling at nighttime and not take it out on him and really be the best I can be for him while I'm not tired and grumpy. And then my other two, like they don't feel like I don't sleep at night, but they don't know that I'm grumpy, and I can take them on outings and have energy for them too. And that wouldn't have happened without this program. It would have just been total chaos and just everybody attacking everybody. And it would have just, I just know what would have happened.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's wonderful to hear. And, you've spoken to a few people, and I am always speaking to people who are investigating about this program and understanding what the features are of the program and the benefits and do you have any words for people who you've spoken to or investigated the program about what your experience has been and how perhaps they should navigate the next steps?
Yeah, well, one is just ask for help. There's a big lesson that I've took a long time. Like, I thought that I could do everything on my own, but I can see in so many aspects of my life, just ask for help. And I know you're always available. So definitely just ask for help, and help will come. And yeah, I think that it really, your approach is so gentle. It's not like this heavy, you must change, you must do this and you will get here. It's really fitted in with my lifestyle and work out how it suits me, and you've tailored it exactly. So when people talk to me, you know, what's the hero program, I can say it briefly, but really, you know, I watched my dad and my husband now, and they've been different to the different needs of what all three of us have needed. Similar, but a little bit different.
Yeah, great. And it's interesting, the way that we work together is not always going to be the way that I work with somebody else. You know, it's about understanding exactly who the individual it is, the unique aspects of how you learn and how you're going to thrive and transform your own life, and being able to acknowledge that and work with you on your level, and then assist in building you up from where you're at. And to your unbelievable credit, it all begins, A, like you said, with asking for help, but B, being open, transparent, and communicative, so we can work together to be able to achieve those goals, which we have been able to do, and then some, which is awesome.
Yeah, I didn't want it to end, so I'm continuing on the hero program because I didn't want the 12 weeks to end. So yeah, I feel really supported having it continue. And you know, like, even I've had maybe I should talk about this, a little injury in my back, and it wasn't like give it up and do something else. Paul tailored the program to me, and I even went back to the doctor yesterday, and the inflammation's gone down, and I'm still hitting the goals. So even though the exercise program's changed, I'm still hitting the goals, and I've been able to heal my back injury. So that was, you know, so amazing, because normally if I was just at a gym and I've injured myself, I just wouldn't go back. So even the chiro said how lucky I am to have that personal trainer that actually really cares, and to change it so that I don't give up, I don't stop, and I can still heal myself in the same journey. So thank you for that. I think that was a really massive benefit that not everyone would get from other programs.
No, that's amazing. Thank you, Ness. And you know, that's something that I'm really passionate about myself as a movement coach, to be able to know the benefits associated with, and I've talked to you about this, the concept of motion is lotion. So many people will experience an injury and then, like you said, just stop training completely. And what happens there? Well, a few things happen. The first thing that happens is all the momentum that has been generated gets stalled, and then another momentum shift takes place, and it's often in the opposite direction, because they will lay on the couch for a period of time, probably feeling sorry for themselves because they develop some form of injury identity that continues to manifest and really what we've talked about. It becomes and takes over the identity that they've been able to achieve thus far, and then the momentum shifts back in the other direction. Another biological advantage of you continuously moving, and obviously, you know, you need to be assessed by a professional, and but no doubt the biological effects of continuously moving in some way is being able to expose the affected area to movement, range of motion, nutrients, oxygen, blood flow to the area so you can continue to thrive. And our bodies are designed to do that. If we stop for a period of time, then we're in a lot of trouble. If we go back, 10,000 plus years, if we did that, then, we wouldn't be around for very long.
Yeah, we wouldn't eat.
So look, Ness, I want to thank you so much for jumping on and having a chat about your experience, because it's a highly valuable experience and it's going to inspire so many mums out there to take the steps that so many of us can now say have been pivotal in their health and their fitness journey. So thank you, Ness.
Yeah, well, thank you, because when you started, it was just for dads, and I saw all the benefits that my dad and Elle got. I was like, I need this, and so I'm glad you opened it up for me and other mums.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Ness. I opened it up for you, and now we are opening up. We are slowly opening up an arm and a door specifically for mums like you, so we can make a greater change. It doesn't just need to be for dads, Parents experience a series of challenges that they can identify with one another, whether you're male or female. There are significant challenges that are real, I've found, that are really, really set aside for parents, but mums and dads can really experience them together.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ness.